How powerful is Cox Internet? Powerful enough to let your band members in Vegas, Phoenix, and Rhode Island jam like you're all in the same garage. Get Cox Internet powered by fiber with America's fastest download speeds. It's internet built for tomorrow, today. Cox, always building better. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial connection. Speeds vary and are not guaranteed. Cox terms and other restrictions may apply. Analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data. Fixed median download speeds. US Q3 2023.
When the whole family comes together to watch the game, nobody wants to miss a second of the action to run to the grocery store. With Instacart, you can get all your weekly groceries in as fast as an hour. Less time shopping means more game time. Let's go. Visit instacart.com to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply.
Old Man Winter here. If I had it my way, it would stay winter all year long. Short days, wind chill, black ice, and a good polar vortex. Oh, heaven. Wait, is it getting warm in here?
Your cold snap is over, Old Man Winter. Spring has arrived.
Spring.
Spring is here, which means it's the perfect time to get away in the Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can get great deals on all of our award-winning Hyundai models, like the tech-filled Tucson and Kona, as well as the spacious Palisade. Enjoy wherever you go with the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. But hurry in, these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end soon. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Most humans never receive in a lifetime.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
Whatever order of name, Robert Lutz Douglas, whatever you call me, I'll answer.
That would be terrific. That would be great, huh?
Terrific. That was terrific. And Jason Duda, for today anyway.
I'm not a big deal. I've been saying that for the last 5-6 years. But people wearing my jersey, or then my jersey's hanging at interest.
Isn't that exciting? 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
It's going to be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant, because the second half of that word is dairy. Legendary. Are you ready? Let's go!
All right, we are back. Hour number 2. It's been a fun ride today. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz, the Bob and Jeff Show. Jeff out today and tomorrow, we think. At least that's what we think.
We don't know.
We never know for sure. Tommy Herr joins us, formerly of the St. Louis Cardinals, also the Minnesota Twins, Philadelphia Phillies, New York Mets, San Francisco Giants, spent 13 years in the big leagues, mostly as a second baseman, and most of that with the Cardinals. Tommy, welcome. Thank you for being patient.
You got it. Good to be with you guys.
You bet. So I watched pretty much every game you played in for the Cardinals, or was aware of them for sure. And what an era. You were there when Whitey Herzog came in and basically transformed that franchise. What were your thoughts when that all went down? Did you have a lot of faith that Whitey knew what he was doing? Were you completely on board, or did you think, what in the world's going on here?
Well, I was on board with what Whitey was doing because he opened up a spot for me. He liked me, and he gave me a chance to play. So, I was happy about that. I mean, that was early in my career, and I was unproven. I had some really good years in the minor leagues, and the organizational people liked me, but Whitey came in and had never seen me play, so he got a look at me, a brief look. I guess it was in 1980 maybe, and I guess he liked what he saw. He made some, he started doing all that wheeling and dealing, and somehow I survived all that. We had some really good prospects that had come up with me. Terry Kennedy, Leon Durham, and myself were the three big dogs in the organization as far as prospects went. And I survived that trading frenzy because the Cubs wanted Durham. I guess they wanted both of us in that Suter trade, but Whitey said one or the other, so they took Leon Durham in that deal. And same thing with when we made the deal for Raleigh Fingers with San Diego. Terry Kennedy went there, and so I was the only prospect left over. So I got a chance to play, and fortunately did a good job.
Tom, could you just tell us a little bit about, obviously where you grew up, high school, and then ultimately how you ended up in St. Louis? How did that all transpire?
Yeah, well, I grew up in South Central Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I was a three-sport guy. Really didn't concentrate on baseball until after I signed with the Cardinals. I was 18 years old when I signed. They scouted me in Legion Ball the summer after I graduated from high school, which was 1974. They had an area scout that saw me play in some all-star games, and by the end of the summer, I had 3 or 4 teams that offered me a contract, and I ended up signing with the Cardinals because they offered me the most money, and went to spring training the following year in 1975, and kind of started out at the bottom of the barrel. Wasn't a prospect. I was undrafted. I was a high school free agent who didn't get a lot of money to sign, so there wasn't, the red carpet wasn't rolled out for me, so to speak. So I kind of, just hung in there the first couple of years until I put together a really good year. My second year in pro ball, I really started to make some good strides, and I played for St. Pete in the Florida State League that second year after going through my second extended spring training, and played for Hal Lanier, which was really good for me. And then my third year, I went back to St. Pete and played for Hub Kittle, who really turned me loose. He batted me lead off and let me run, and I was learning to switch hit throughout this whole time, and really started to put it together there in that third year, and became a prospect. Went from really being a nobody to being one of their prospects, and once you get labeled as a prospect, then they kind of roll out the red carpet for you, and I was on the getting moved up every year. Played had a great year my third year with St. Pete, and got moved up the following season to Little Rock, Arkansas. Had a great year there, and ended up finishing that season in AAA, and then went back to AAA in '79 and had a solid year, and ended up getting called up right at the end of 1979 for a short time, and then made the club in '80 when Whitey took over. So it was
pretty quick. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom.
That's all right. I was just going to say, it was a pretty quick rise for me. I started out as really a nobody, and quickly became a prospect, and got to the big leagues when I was 23 years old. So that was pretty cool.
Tommy Herr with us, formerly of the St. Louis Cardinals during some of their best years, Whitey ball years in the 80s. So many questions I have for you. I'll start by asking you about what it was like to form the middle of the infield tandem for all those years with Ozzie Smith, and to get to watch him as closely and up close and personal as you did. It was amazing to watch you two guys perform. What were your thoughts on the Wizard?
Well, it was when I first came up, Gary Templeton was the shortstop in St. Louis, and he was obviously he was the number one pick. He was the real phenom of that era for the Cardinals, but his problems were well documented, and Whitey made the deal with San Diego, Tempe for Ozzie Smith. So Ozzie came in, and he was young when he came over to St. Louis, but he was already an established major league player, and I was just had just gotten to the big league, so I was in survival mode at that time, just trying to hang in there and establish myself as a major league player. And so at the very beginning of Ozzie and me playing together, that's the position I found myself in. Ozzie didn't really pay a lot of attention to me because he probably wasn't sure I was going to stick around. But then, we started to play pretty well and gel as a double play combination, and very quickly, 82, basically my second year, my second full-time year in the big leagues, we found ourselves in a pennant race and got to the World Series, and obviously we won it that year. And so we became a legitimate double play combination very early in our careers, and then really kind of grew up and matured together throughout the 80s. I think our best years were like kind of 85 through 87 when we got back to the World Series in those two seasons, and really became one of the top double play combinations in all of baseball during that time.
A lot of fun to watch, for sure. Tommy Herr, our guest. So you were never a home run hitter. You hit 28 in your career. But in 1985, you hit 8 of those. But that's not what's remarkable about 1985 for you. You drove in 110 runs with those 8 home runs, which is almost unheard of. Go back to that. I mean, you had – at that time you were playing with Ozzie and Willie McGee and Vince Coleman and guys who could just fly around the bases. And you had a great year. You had 180 hits that year, 38 doubles. Were there just guys on base? Did it feel like that every time you came up to the plate, that somebody was in scoring position?
Yeah, I mean that year, 1985, was just kind of the perfect storm. Everybody in our lineup clicked and had great years. That was Vince Coleman's rookie year, and he came up and really just set the National League on fire, and was the preeminent leadoff hitter / base stealer in baseball at that time. And that was also the year that Willie McGee hit second in the lineup and had an MVP year, and Jack Clark was hitting cleanup behind me. So I was in just an ideal spot in that lineup.
That's a pretty good place to be, Tommy.
Yeah. I mean, Vince was getting on base a lot and getting himself into scoring position. Willie McGee was obviously he won the batting title that year, was the MVP, so he was on base and running all the time. So for me, it was I give a lot of credit to Whitey. I was not a prototypical third place hitter, but I was the type of hitter who could take strikes, and I could take and let those guys run, and I was a good hitter with 2 strikes. I didn't strike out a lot, so I was able to put the ball in play with 2 strikes and a lot of times. And I think I drove in maybe 24 to 26 runs that year when I made an out. Either a ground ball in the first inning with the infield back to drive in a run from third or sac fly. I think I led the league in sacrifice flies that year. So even though I didn't hit home runs, I was because I was a contact hitter, I was able to move runners along and get them in. So it was just a lineup that really, really clicked on all cylinders that season. Terry Pendleton really came into his own that year. Young Andy Van Slyke was becoming a star that year. We had Darryl Porter, hitting down in, the probably sixth or seventh in that lineup, and he was a good veteran run producer. So, it was just a great lineup from top to bottom, and fantastic year. I think that was the best team we had, even though that team didn't win the World Series. To me, that was our best team.
I loved everything about '85 except games 6 and 7. So it was an unbelievable team. Tommy, thank you so much. It's really good to talk with you. I could talk Cardinals all day. Fortunately, I've been afforded that opportunity. We've had Al Hrabosky on the show recently, Dow Maxville. It's great to talk to former Cardinals, and happy to have you on. Thank you again.
Well, thanks for having me. It was good reminiscing. It's always fun.
All right. Take care.
All right. See you.
All right. Tommy Herr from the St. Louis Cardinals.
Look at you, just loving it.
It's
okay. It's good.
It's kind of surreal in a way, but hey, here we are. We'll see what Jeff lines up next week.
Oh, all next week too.
Why not?
It might as well be the whole month of March.
Yeah, we'll make it a theme.
There you go. Why wouldn't you? It'd be crazy not to.
Beautiful.
I mean, he's got time. He's going to be driving back from Emporia tonight.
And our listeners love it, obviously. Listen to the banter on Twitter.
Is it just going out of style?
They're going crazy. Thank you for putting all these Cardinals on the air.
You know what? I enjoy it. Obviously, sports guys and guys that you used to watch. So it's different. It's fun.
Well,
I know they're Cardinals and they're your team and stuff, but at least most people that watch baseball, and I did a lot as a kid, so I know these guys.
We're having a good time
I know who
with
we're talking about. I think it's great.
Highland Park with a 57-32 win over Andover in the first round of the Class 5A boys tournament. We knew Andover was going to be in trouble.
We did.
With their leading scorer out. And Highland Park, one of the premier programs in the state. So that's the first final score that we have of the day. Well, we'll check the scoreboard. Mike Furches coming up next. We'll be back, the Bob and Jeff Show, with Jason Duda in for Jeff today. Stay with us.
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
When the whole family comes together to watch the game, nobody wants to miss a second of the action to run to the grocery store. With Instacart, you can get all your weekly groceries in as fast as an hour. Less time shopping means more game time. Let's go. Visit instacart.com to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply.
Old Man Winter here. If I had it my way, it would stay winter all year long. Short days, wind chill, black ice, and a good polar vortex. Oh, heaven. Wait, is it getting warm in here?
Your cold snap is over, Old Man Winter. Spring has arrived.
Spring.
Spring is here, which means it's the perfect time to get away in the Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can get great deals on all of our award-winning Hyundai models, like the tech-filled Tucson and Kona, as well as the spacious Palisade. Enjoy wherever you go with the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. But hurry in, these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end soon. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mike Furches with us. It's been a bit of a disjointed show today, but here we are. Duda and I have survived it.
We made it.
Max has been a pillar of calmness, and now we're joined by Mike Furches. Hey, Mike.
Hey, we've made it so far. I've had a yard man here. I've got a yard man here and an AT&T man that just left. I'm praying they don't knock on the door to get the dogs woke up and excited.
We love dogs on this show. Let me tell you right now, you get a dog barking on this show, that's a plus, right, Duda?
Yeah, you're coming back for sure.
Hey, we might have that happen, so we'll see.
Well, we're going to look at the Academy Awards, the Oscars on ABC coming up this Sunday. That's always a highlight for me and my wife. We love watching the Academy Awards. And this year has been a better year, although I just read a story that says Hollywood's still struggling to get back to the place it once was. But some of these movies are very good. Would you agree, Mike? Better year for Hollywood?
Yeah, I think much better than the last couple of years, probably, for sure. And it's good to see that beginning to happen. I wonder how much of that was in the last couple of years. How much of that was an outcome or caused by COVID that they weren't even making movies. So
for sure, it's going to take a
while. They're making some good ones, and this year's got some. I think there's 3 pictures this year that either one of them on any other year could have won the Best Picture.
I would agree with you, but I think there's only one that will win the Best Picture category, and I don't think it's even a debate this year. It's Oppenheimer. Yeah. Agree?
I totally agree. It's not my favorite movie of the year. It's a very good one, but because of the movie technically all the way around, Oppenheimer, I think, is a sure thing. If you got money to put down on Vegas...
Well, I've seen it, but I haven't seen all the movies.
No, I haven't either. I've seen 5 of them. So there's a few that I haven't seen, and I go into this, but I still go into this confident because Oppenheimer's won every other award.
Yeah.
And to me, it's an epic movie. I think people will be talking about it in 30 years.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, my favorites this year was obviously The Holdovers, but I also liked American Fiction really well. And
I got to see that.
Bob, it's streaming now. And it's I liked as far as an enjoyable movie, it was extremely well. But I think Oppenheimer's the hands down favorite.
I loved The Holdovers, and I really, really liked Anatomy of a Fall. I thought that was really well done. But I think Oppenheimer's clearly the one to beat. How about Best Actress? There are 5 nominees. One of those nominees, Lily Gladstone, from Killers of the Flower Moon, has been winning most of the previous awards. Could somebody upset her?
I'm going with Lily Gladstone simply because I think she did the best job. Now, there's a little bit of a debate. Was she the leading actress or not? That becomes the question. She was really more of a supporting role than a leading role. But I think there's various reasons that she will win it this year. Annette Bening was fabulous. And there's others that were, Emma Stone, I couldn't stand the movie Poor Things. I didn't really.
I heard it's pretty vile.
It is vile, but Emma Stone did a good job in it. So I would say if there's a surprise, look at Emma Stone for that movie because it is a vile movie, but she did a great job. But I think the winner is Lily Gladstone.
I'm in. I'm with Lily Gladstone. Duda?
Well, I've seen that one. She was very good in it. So but like I said, I haven't seen the other
I know,
ones,
but these are predictions.
Well, then I'm going with it because she did good. But I kind of agree, too. Was she the lead actress? Yeah. Or more of in a supporting role? Because she really wasn't. I mean, she was there a lot, but not like a leading actress would be in most movies.
Yeah,
lead actor.
I totally agree.
I think this is a 2-person race. You may think it's 3 with Jeffrey Wright from American Fiction. But I think it's Cillian Murphy's Prize to Lose And if he were to lose it, I think Paul Giamatti would be the one that would steal it from him. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Any other year, Paul Giamatti would win. But Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer was unbelievable.
Yeah, I agree he was unbelievable, but I'm going to disagree with you. I think Paul Giamatti wins it this year. So
Me
this could be
too.
our first.
I'm with you, Mike.
Oh, I can't wait for Sunday now. I'll be texting both of you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be doing a tap dance.
Nachos.
Win
and
or
beer.
lose?
Winner gets nachos and beer.
There you go.
Yeah, happy days.
I love that.
Yep. I could do that every day of the week.
Yeah, we're going to do that one of these. And I keep saying that, but we're going to go downtown. We're going to hang out at the pump house, and we're going to bring our wives and just have an enjoyable evening. And I'll get that set up for next week sometime.
Okay.
Oh,
there you go. So I'm on the island there. There's no question in my mind. Next, we go to lead actress. This is a tough one. I don't know who the favorite would be. Emily Blunt was great in Oppenheimer, but she wasn't on the screen all that much. Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple, Jodie Foster, Nyad, America Ferrera from Barbie seems to be getting some of the run here as a potential winner. And then Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Again, she was great, but she wasn't on the screen all that much. What's your thought here, Mike?
Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. She's been winning most everything else, and when she is on the screen, she's extremely powerful. One thing I look for in an actor or actress is do they play the gamut of emotions, and how well do they? And there's a few scenes that you'll remember very well in The Holdovers. One is that she's at the Christmas party, and the other she's reflecting on her son. Those are powerful, powerful moments in that movie.
I'm going to pick America Ferrera to win this one for Barbie. I don't think it's just my opinion. What do you got? Who do you have?
I'll take Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
I've always been a fan of Emily.
I love Emily.
So I'm going to go with Emily.
We're all over the place on that one.
Yeah, we sure are.
I like that. Best Supporting Actor, Sterling K. Brown from American Fiction, who's great in everything he does. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling from Barbie. And Mark Ruffalo from Poor Things.
Do you want to take your pick first, or you want me to give you mine?
Go ahead.
This is one of those moments. He is not in the movie that much at all. But when he's in the movie, you don't even recognize him. And he did as good a job of acting as any actor in any movie this year. Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. He was fantastic. And when he's on screen, you don't even know it's him. And his acting is par excellence. He does an amazing job. So I'm going with Robert Downey Jr. in that, which is it is a great Hollywood comeback story for Robert Downey Jr. over the last few years.
You could make a case that the names here are bigger names than for lead actor, but this is supporting actor. I will also pick Robert Downey Jr. I think it's a slam dunk. Duda?
The Hulk.
You want to go with us, or you're picking who?
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah. From Poor Things.
Have you seen that movie, Duda?
Nope. No clue. Haven't seen them, but I wasn't going to go with you guys.
Of course
because
not.
that just wouldn't be any fun whatsoever.
Nah, that'd be terrible.
So I am going to go with the biggest upset here.
Mark Ruffalo. What do you think of him, Mike?
Again, it's a terrible movie. I just didn't care for he's in that realm as well, that he's not in the movie a lot. I mean, he is a primary character in the movie, and he's a great actor. I just didn't care for the movie, nor did I really care for his job in that movie all that much. I thought his performance was rather flat, but that's me.
And finally, Best Director, you've got Justine Triet from Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos from Poor Things, and Jonathan Glazer from The Zone of Interest, another one I'd love to see and haven't. To me, It's going to be an Oppenheimer night, people. This is Christopher Nolan winning this. What about you, Duda?
Scorsese, Flowers of the Moon. That was a good movie. I liked it. Thought it was well done. I'll go with Scorsese.
How much you'd like to bet on that one?
1 penny.
No.
Yeah.
Well, put something there.
No.
Cookies.
No, can't do it. Can't do it because they probably going to go with Oppenheimer, but I'm going to go with Scorsese on this one.
Mike, what do you think?
It's Oppenheimer. I don't know if it's a slam dunk for Oppenheimer, but it's going to come as close to it as we've seen in quite a while for a movie. It's going to win a lot of awards, and he does such a good job in directing that movie. So I thought I thought Scorsese was flat, and the movie got boring to me. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I will say that. I will agree with that. It got a little long.
It's not an epic. Marty Scorsese has made many epics. That's not one of them.
Well, I'm not going to just pick the same that you pick because it's just not fun now.
That's fine.
Well, but you know what's more fun than coming in second place or third place and losing because you don't want to go with it? What's more fun is coming in first place and winning more picks than the other person.
And that's going to be me.
That's not true. I disagree with that 100%, Mike.
It could fall down on Giamatti. I don't know. I used to tell my kids when I coached them I had more fun winning than I ever had losing. And for me, that's just the truth.
I'll make this prediction. Oppenheimer will win so often on Sunday, it could create a backlash against that movie, which would be a shame. But I think as you watch would you hold on to that ball?
I'm pretty good. I haven't dropped it in 2 hours.
Driving me nuts.
That's really.
I think as you watch the Oscars on Sunday, you'll get tired of seeing Oppenheimer.
That could be. I mean, it depends on how Kimmel does and everything else around the show. If there's any debate or controversy, which there always is with the Oscars, and my response to that is, people, if you don't like movies, just get over it and don't watch the show. But for those of us that enjoy it, let us enjoy something once in life. So
I enjoy it. I enjoy the Oscars.
The Oscars are.
But isn't that the whole idea of it too, to cause buzz and make a stir with some of these things? Don't you think that that's kind of maybe planned like that?
I don't know if it's planned that way, but I will say that it is a stage that people are being watched, and it is an opportune time to say something that you want to say politically. So.
We hope to avoid all that, but we hope for a good show, an entertaining show, and we'll see what happens. Mike, we really appreciate it. Next week, we'll pick our top 10 TV shows, okay?
Sounds good. Enjoy it, guys.
All right, Mike Furches with us, picking the winners of the Academy Awards. They both went with Paul Giamatti, and I love the guy. His performance was great.
He's actually one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. But this is Oppenheimer's year.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever. You can't. But
what you did is put some nachos and beer on it. So there you go.
Well, if that's all I lose on it, that's not bad.
Be back here tomorrow. Jason and I will be, as long as we don't get canned after some technical issues earlier in the show today that I was able to figure out.
Thank you, Mr. Lutz. I appreciate all your hard work you put in.
Well, you did get down there on the floor and turn on
and you know how tough that is for me. You can see when I have to stand up. It's not easy.
What are you going to do when your kids leave the home? Because I can imagine them doing most of that stuff right now. Like if something needs to be reached for or bent down to get, I see them being called upon to do a lot of that.
Yeah, but no, they won't. They won't.
They won't do it?
Well, Avery's downstairs. I mean, she's 17 now, so
but if
she's not even in. I mean, if I was to call her and say, "Hey, come help me out,"
if you got to change a light bulb, let's say, and
my wife takes care of a lot of that stuff. I'm not allowed to do many things in the house because it's just going to make it worse.
So you truly are the guy who can't change a light bulb.
I'm truly that guy. I really am. I mean,
I've heard about him.
I could change a light bulb, but truly I am really useless when it comes to trying to fix anything or do something or anything like that in the house. I'm not kidding when I've told you guys I'm not allowed to use a hammer or a screwdriver inside the house. I'm just not allowed.
Makes sense.
Because she knows if I do it, it's going to be more work to do on the other side.
Did you watch KU obliterate K-State last night?
I did not.
I've used that word obliterate a lot. I wonder if I'm feeling more aggressive than normal.
Well, it's the day. It's
obliterate.
All right. It's all right. Was it that
big
bad?
Controversy about the handshake line.
Why? What happened?
Apparently, Jerome Tang kind of blew by Bill Self, and those guys don't appear to be best friends, which is fine. It's KU and K-State.
Yeah,
I don't need
be.
them to be best friends.
No, that wouldn't be any fun.
But Twitter's just gone gaga over, oh, how dare he. And Bill Self said some things in the post game that led you to believe that he wasn't a big fan. Listen, just play the game. When did we start addressing and assessing the handshake line?
Well, it's just funny now that nowadays that stuff gains more traction than the actual game itself. Like, why?
I don't get it.
Why do we do that? Why do we feel the need to do that, to start some controversy? Why do we have to feel like that is more important than talking about the game?
Heck if I know.
Well, you were in journalism. This is why I'm asking.
I said today on Twitter, in all my years in journalism, I never covered a handshake line. Get over it, people.
Well, yeah, one's happy and one's mad because one wins and one loses. So
if there's evidence,
problems sometimes.
If there's evidence out there that Bill Self and Jerome Tang don't get along for whatever reason that might be, and it might just be one coach is at Kansas and one coach is at Kansas State.
You think?
Right?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
There's nothing wrong with that. They don't need to be bosom buddies.
No, they don't probably call each other and say, hey, how you doing today, Bill? No, they don't. They're going to fight it out on the court. One's going to win, one's going to lose. One's going to be happy, one's going to be mad.
And they got one each this year.
There you go. 1-1.
Be happy, everybody. Everybody should be happy.
Should be a glorious day for all.
Right.
But it's not.
Will they play again in the Big 12 tournament? We'll see. K-State's not very good at the moment. They're fighting for their postseason life, and I'm talking about NCAA. In fact, there's probably only one way now, and that would be to win the Big 12 tournament, and they're not going to do that.
No, that's not going to happen. So they're probably out.
They're probably out now. They have a game against Iowa State left. They could obviously get some brownie points with a win over the Cyclones, who I think are good enough to get to the Final Four.
They're a good
team.
team.
If they do, Jeff will eat anything I want him to eat.
Oh, we're going to have another one of those shows?
Yes.
That was one of the greatest shows we ever had.
It was an unbelievable show.
It was. People were talking about that, and I'd go and we'll go to the soccer. That's all the dads talked about. What do you eat? It was absolutely hilarious. It was a fun show.
Well, we're doing it again if Iowa State gets to the Final Four.
Good. I like it.
So pull for the Cyclones, everybody.
Yep. Please
You
do.
might have to hold your nose in doing so. But can you imagine making Jeff eat? He took a bite out of an onion, a raw onion. That would not be appealing to me in the least.
No, but that's part of the gig.
And then he ate some other things, and
well, maybe what we'll have to do is maybe before the tournament starts, we'll have to do some food wagers before the tournament starts between the three of us.
No, I'm not doing that.
Jeff and I'll do it.
There you go.
Yeah, you just don't worry.
Don't delve in.
No, of course not. Thanks.
I don't want to have to eat something.
Thanks for your help.
I don't want to have to eat something that I don't want to eat.
Well, that's the whole idea. That's what makes it fun, Bob. That's the whole idea why
you'll
we do
eat
it.
anything. I can say, take a bite of that table. You'll try. All right. Thank you all for listening today. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk some high school basketball, some other things as well. Appreciate your patience. We'll be back.
Why?
Why?
If you have T-Mobile 5G home internet, you might be hearing this
Why?
a lot.
Why?
Every time your internet slows down during the busiest hours.
Why?
Why?
Because your network gives priority to cell phone users.
Why?
Good question. Why not switch to Cox Internet with 2 times faster download speeds than T-Mobile 5G home internet during peak hours?
Okay.
Stop the whys and visit cox.com/5G home for details. T-Mobile prioritizes certain T-Mobile phone users over home internet users during times of congestion.
We all agree that reducing carbon emissions is a good thing. And once again, Toyota is leading the way. We hear a lot about fully electric vehicles, and Toyota has them with more on the way. But we also know a BEV is not for everyone, whether it's because of cost, range, or concern about finding a charging station when you need it. Plus, the raw materials used to manufacture batteries are limited. Enter Beyond Zero, Toyota's vision for a carbon-neutral future. In vehicles and in manufacturing plants, too, in the years ahead. The materials used to make just one long-range battery for an EV could be used to make batteries for 6 plug-in hybrids or 90 gas-electric hybrids. That's why Toyota's position today is electrified, diversified, empowering you to choose how to reduce your own carbon footprint with the vehicle that's right for you. A hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or battery EV. So shop, learn more, and get details at toyota.com/beyond0. Toyota, let's go places.
Old Man Winter here. If I had it my way, it would stay winter all year long. Short days, wind chill, black ice, and a good polar vortex. Oh, heaven. Wait, is it getting warm in here?
Your cold snap is over, Old Man Winter. Spring has arrived.
Spring.
Spring is here, which means it's the perfect time to get away in the Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, where you can get great deals on all of our award-winning Hyundai models, like the tech-filled Tucson and Kona, as well as the spacious Palisade. Enjoy wherever you go with the peace of mind that comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. But hurry in, these deals won't last. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end soon. Call 562-314-4603 for details.